Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how I switched out my column shifter bushings. So here is the first part. You have to use a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 3 screws. As you look up under the column, you'll find 4 bolts, 4 nuts, 13 millimeter that you can remove. Here we're taking a look at the column that is a little sloppy. So as you look underneath the column, there are 4 nuts, 13 millimeter. There's one right there on the left-hand side. You need to loosen all 4. The 2 in the front will help you get in there. The 2 in the back, you can slide the column towards you and rest the steering wheel on the seat. There's the second 13 millimeter. There's the third. And the fourth one is just on the other side. Down there somewhere. Okay, so now as you can see, I have the column loosened up. Now you have access to the 2 bushings that you can replace. So you'll need a T25 Torx bit to undo the 2 bolts that hold that collar and the bushing in place. Here's the part number. You can get it from your local auto parts store. They should have those in stock. I checked the website first before coming in. And there's your 2 new bushings. They go right there. One of the things that you will need to do is remove your key, remove your ignition key module. I put it back there because it kept beeping. You can take the column shifter boot off. There's no bolts or nuts holding it in. It just clips on. As you can see on the left-hand side, I came in with a screwdriver just to pop it off. Here you can see everything that you need to see. Here I am removing the collar to expose the shifter. Holding the camera and trying to pull that off made it a little tricky. I had to stop recording and get my needle nose pliers, pull those out. You can see it's worn on the edges there, causing the sloppy shifter, the column shifter. Make sure you put a little bit of grease when you replace it with the new shifter, which I did off camera. Now these are tough to get out. I didn't realize it, but if you can see the bolt underneath the electrical connection, if you remove that, it makes the job so much easier to replace that bushing in the back. So I struggled for a little bit until I figured out, okay, I should have taken that piece off, and it would have made things so much easier to remove the T25 Torx nuts and replace the bushing. So here you can see the steering wheel resting on the seat where you have access, much easier access to the four T25 Torx nuts that are in the back that allow you access to be able to replace that bushing in the back. So it does make sense, and I realized later on that removing that electrical connection that's on top of the column, the shifter, made it easier to be able to remove the nut that I'm currently unscrewing right there, which allowed me to remove the collar, remove the bushing, and replace it with another one, with a brand new one, making sure that you put a little bit of grease on the new bushing. As you can see here, the old bushing is pretty worn out on the edges compared to the brand new one. As you put things back, especially with the new bushing, make sure that you put a little bit of grease. See, removing that bracket where that electrical connection goes made it easier to remove the collar that holds that bushing in place. You do have to make sure that there's a notch that you need to connect with the bracket as you put it back. And the last piece is that bushing right there at the end of the column. As you can see, it's broken, and you will see in just a little bit, it's pretty rounded off. So this is the part number that, again, you can get at your local auto parts store. You remove that pin, pretty easy to do with a small hammer and a punch. You go ahead and lift up on the column shifter. It should pop right off. Boom, there it is. You take that old, broken, worn out, ovaled out bushing, just pops right off, just like that. And you're bringing the new bushing. As you can see, look how ovaled out that is, look how broken that is. That's the reason I was getting that sloppy shifting. Pop the new one in place, put the column shifter back on, put the pin back on, and just reverse the process of putting everything back together again. As you can see at this point, I've already bolted up the column with the four nuts, put the column shifter back, put the pin back, and just put everything back and reverse the order of how you took everything apart.